Jack, so tell us where you are and what you're up to.
I am in Dubai at the moment. Came here about a week ago. I just wanted to step my training up a bit. I mean, I've been here before. Actually, first time I came to this facility was when I was at Bournemouth, and I really enjoyed it. Got to know a few of the guys there and stayed in contact. So they kindly agreed that I could use the facility, and the facility has got everything. So it allows me to train at a higher level and really focus on things that I need to improve. And it has everything in terms of recovery as well. So it's really good.
What sort of physical shape are you in at the moment?
I'm well. I mean, without playing proper football around players, I've done everything. I'm training every day. Um, when I first arrived, it was a little bit of a shock to the system with the heat because in England it was like 10 degrees, and then all of a sudden I was training in 30 degrees heat, which obviously um, has an effect on the body. But I feel like I've adapted well to it, and now I'm really starting to see the benefits of doing that.
Are you over, I don't know if that's the right expression, but are you over the pain of the way it ended at West Ham, or is it something that still hurts and sort of still burns inside?
No, there was never any pain because you know I respected the manager's decision, and I was thankful to him for being honest with me, and it was made clear that I wasn't going to get an opportunity. So there was no hard feelings. I was actually quite relieved when we reached an agreement and I decided to leave. I mean, obviously it didn't work out the way I wanted it to, but I mean I've moved on. I wish them all the best. I've got good friends there still, and I hope they do well.
I think people maybe forget that you're only 28 because you were so young when you burst on the scene. Do you feel like a 28-year-old, if that's not a stupid question, or with an injury history you've had, does your body feel a little bit older? Do you still feel as if you've got a few more years in the tank?
Yeah, 100%. Otherwise, I wouldn't be doing these type of things, coming over here and trying to get fit, um, and really pushing myself to improve my fitness. So when I eventually join a club, I'm ready to go from the start. And you know, as I said before, I've not been around players, and I feel like I need to be around players now and get that proper football training. But in the meantime, I'm working on my fitness, and it's going really well.
So let's get into it then. Have there been conversations with other clubs?
Yeah, there has. But I said at the start of all this when I first left, I'm in a position now where I can make a decision based on footballing reasons and pick the team that I think I can fit into. Have a look at the team, have a look at the players, have a look at the league they're in and how the the manager wants to play. So yeah, there has been a few talks with club, but nothing that I've really fancied quite yet.
Preference be to play in England, or do you think Europe is now your best option?
Um, I don't really have a preference, to be honest. It has to be, as I said before, the right club for the footballing reasons, and whether that's in England, Spain, America, anywhere across Asia, anywhere, I'm up for trying anything. And I think at this point I have to be as well. I'm realistic to know that the chances of getting a big club in England are slim. So it might have to be somewhere else where I have to look.
Would there be a level that you wouldn't be prepared to play at? Would you be prepared to go, let's say, to a championship club? I mean, you mentioned Bournemouth, where you had a very happy season there. I know the fans at Bournemouth loved you that season. They're doing very well in the championship. Would you consider a return to Bournemouth or to the championship?
Um, well, in terms of Bournemouth, I don't think they need me there. As you said, they're doing really well. They're flying. They've got young midfielders who they're obviously trying to create something there, and I think it's working. Jason, who I worked with when I was out, he was brilliant with me, and I wish him all the best. And he's doing really well. So I don't think I don't think Bournemouth need me. Um, in terms of other Championship teams, um, I don't know. As I said, it would have to be the right club and the right thing for me. But again, I wouldn't rule it out if it was right.
Do you feel there is out there a sort of reputation of you that you have a bad attitude? And do you think maybe that's an unfair reputation?
Um, I don't. I mean, I've never heard that one. That's a new one. I don't think there is that feeling about me. You know, anyone, any team, or any club that I've worked with. You know, I've never had a manager pull me in and question my attitude or saying that I've got a negative attitude. I've always tried to be part of the team and give my all for the team. And so I hope there isn't.
Hmm. Do you think maybe is it then perhaps the injury history that you think that puts some clubs off?
Yeah, of course. I've said before, the most important thing for a footballer is Saturday at 3 o'clock. You have to be available and be ready to play. And I've been available for a while and I haven't had the opportunity, but still at the same time, that's clubs will look at it and think, well, was he really fit? Was he doing well in training? And at the end of the day, that comes down to the manager. And I know as well when I join a team that there's a process that you have to go through. You have to train well and get into the team and do well to stay in the team. And I'm prepared to do that. And I just want to get an opportunity somewhere where it's right.
That's the reason I sort of asked the question about the attitude. Where I think you're right. I don't think there is necessarily that reputation of you, but people will look and say you were fit all that time at West Ham, but you weren't playing, and the two don't really add up.
Mm. Yeah, I think after the first lockdown, we was in a bad position in the table. I think we had something like 5 of the top 6 in the last 10 games, and we was in a relegation battle. And I had a really honest conversation with the manager then, and there weren't a place for a creative midfielder who wants to get on the ball and make things happen. That weren't the style the manager wanted to play, and I accepted that. Um, but as well, I think if you asked David Moyes, I trained hard every day. I was smiling around the place. I wasn't bringing anyone down. I was, at the time after the injury I had, I was happy just to be out there and training, and then of course the frustration comes when you don't play. But I never let anyone see that I was frustrated. I gave my all. I wished the boys all the best because I'm a West Ham fan. I wanted West Ham to stay in the league, and I wanted my teammates to do well as well. So I supported the lads, and then when the season finished, we decided that it was best for me to move on.